Georgia is coming off a really big win this week. Biggest win for them of the season. You could say the biggest win that we've seen this season. I feel like we've been saying this every week, whether it's Vanderbilt over Bama or, Bama taking down Georgia. And then now it's Georgia taking down Texas. Kirby Smart was talking his junk. People were doubting them. Refs are coming at them. Bottles are being thrown. What they can't say is that this team is not a winner. Kirby Smart inks his 100th win. And the question is UGA the team to beat again? Taking their rightful throne as the top in the SEC when it comes to quality wins.
Yeah, I think they might be the team to beat in college football as a whole, just because of knowing that if they're playing at their best, they're a good team. Because I don't even think that they played at their best. Yeah. If you would have told me that Georgia's going to come into this game and they're going to have 3 turnovers, I would think that Texas was going to beat the brakes off of them. But It was 30-15. The defense held on. So I don't even think Georgia's played their best football yet. And if they do that, they're definitely the team to beat. I would take them over, Oregon, over Ohio State, over Penn State. Mm-hmm. And right now, Alabama not playing in Tuscaloosa, at a neutral site or something, I think that they win that game. So as much as it pains me to say, the defense was firing. 7 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. I think that right now they have one of the best wins in college football.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And I think with that quality win, to me, similar answer to you, I think they're the team to beat, right? Where Georgia has won year in and year out is big games. Call them big game Kirby, right? Clemson showed up when they played Oregon a couple years ago, showed up. Texas game, they show up. There's only one guy leading one team that typically trips up Kirby Smart, and that man is working for College Game Day right now. And so Texas was probably the most physical test they had on their schedule. We'll see what's coming up with Tennessee, but this is a team where they don't have to always out talent you, they'll out physical you. And you saw that with the 7 to 10 sacks, like you mentioned. Not many teams are able to hang with this team physically. And that's where, to me, getting to the championship goes through Georgia. They have the toughest schedule coming up, but they're the toughest opponent. So it's, this was the only game they weren't favored in about 3 or 4 years. And I think that this performance, if you don't just look at the score, because I don't think it's reflective of how much they dominate defensively, it's a tough team to knock off. Yeah. Are they not beatable? No, they're definitely beatable. I think the challenge is the person who's playing superhero for them is also their kryptonite, Carson Beck. He's kind of being covered by other players around him performing well. And so that's the one thing that can make them a challenge to beat, but they're still a team to beat.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the physicality. Texas running backs 27 yards after contact. I love that stat, and that's extremely low. Like, they were an extremely physical team. They put both quarterbacks on the opposite side of the ball, kind of in the blender. It's never good when you see a team make a quarterback change like Texas had to do, and to get their quarterback back in the zone in a home game. So I don't think that there's many teams that Georgia will play this year that are going to have quarterbacks who are as solid as Texas has. And then are like when they play Florida, they're playing a true freshman in DJ Lagway. When they play Ole Miss, Jackson Dart has shown the beatableness. Tennessee, they're not going to play the likes of quarterbacks like what Texas has.
Right.
So from here on, I think that they have the capability to do it. And then if you're looking at playoff hopes for them, they still have another game to lose and still make it because of the big win that they got over Texas and where they sit at number 2 now in the AP poll.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so I agree with all those points for you. Georgia, like I said, I think they're the team to beat. You think they're the team to beat. We'll see it. We'll see if the Dragon is slain by the end of the season once again in the SEC. We'll see what Tennessee can do. We'll see what Ole Miss can do. But Dogs are back on top, as fans like to say here in Atlanta and Athens and everywhere across Georgia.